Good afternoon. Welcome to 3 at 3 with me, Scott Keenan from Keenan Able Property Services. Today we're in Windermere again and we're here at Allison's house to fill her crack in the bathroom ceiling. This is where two boards are meeting, and I suspect there isn't any scrim tape, just like a woven tape that you put over the joint between the two plasterboards. There may be a little bit of movement, just as sort of people have moved around up in the attic getting bits out. But today we're going to scrape it out and we're going to fill the crack. So I've got a bit of PPE, some goggles, because there's going to be bits falling down from the ceiling, rubber gloves, and I'm going to use a couple of things. One is just a flathead screwdriver, and I've got an old chisel as well. And I'll try the screwdriver first and I'll just see which works best. So I'm just going to start one end. I'm going to put the screwdriver in at a slight angle and I'm just going to drag it through the crack, which will give us something better to key into. Effectively creating a valley. Loose particles, and I'm going to drag that all the way across. We've got the dust sheet down beforehand, I don't know if you can see that from your angle. I'm just going to drag that through the line. There's no moisture in the crack, it's nice and dry, so we should be able to fill it quite easily. Can't fill a wet crack, can you, Allison?
Absolutely, definitely not.
We've cleaned the microphone out on the phone, so you may actually be able to hear me this week. Okay, join the two ends up. Got a fresh tube of decorator's caulk. You can get like a no-nonsense one for 99p, but I thought as we're in a bathroom I'd go for something a little more expensive. This was £2.99. So just going to show you how to cut the end off and just alter the nozzle so we can get a 45-degree angle on that, and it will help us no end when we come to put the filler in. So I'm going to use just a knife with a standing blade on it. Hold it firmly down, you don't want it moving around when you're about to cut it. Just chop the end off, and then on the nozzle I'm just going to cut 45-degree angle. And screw those two together. Bulk standard silicone gun. Push the end in and then we can just squeeze the trigger. Okay, just going to squeeze it until we can pump a little bit out the tip. Oh, there it comes. Get rid of that excess. Put that for now. Okay. So with a 45-degree angle, I'm going to offer that up to the ceiling. And I'm going to try and do this in one continuous movement up into about the halfway point, and then I'll start the other end and I'll come back into the middle again. The reason for doing the 45-degree cut is so that the tip of the nozzle can go pretty much flat to the ceiling. Otherwise you might end up just dragging it out behind you. Okay, so I've got the midpoint, so I'm just going to stop it there. And get the excess off. When I stop, I press the release button at the end there just to take the pressure off it. Otherwise it'll just be oozing out the tip. Got that, Allison, do we? Let's squeeze it in the crack. I'm putting in more than I need here, and the reason for that is I want to make sure it's filled right to the back of the crack. I went straight a little bit there. If you were to use polyfiller for this job, the chances are the crack would come back again, but with Caulk it's a flexible filler. If there is movement above, then this will give some resistance. If someone's jumping up and down the ceiling, then I think it would fail, but at least it's got a little bit of give in it, just to take up the movement that's in the ceiling there. Right, so release that trigger at the end there, just take the pressure off, let the excess off. Pop that there for now. And then using a flat filling knife, I'm going to press the cork into the crack at the same time, scrape off the excess. Come back the other way. Okay, so I've got the excess here. And there are places where it hasn't filled properly, so I can use this and I can squidge it into the bits that I've missed. So I'm squidging in the direction of the crack, then scraping it off diagonally across the crack so that we don't drag it back out again. Just stand back and have a look to see what you've missed. I think that looks okay. You may find once this is dried there's a little bit of shrinkage in there. If there is, just go over again with the second pass, but you won't need very much at all. And that's it. That is Allison's bathroom crack filled. So thank you very much for watching. Join us again next week for Free at 3 with me, Scott Keenan from Keenan Able Property Services. Have a great week. Bye.